They told me things like, go get a job. I told them things like, go fuck up. I'm cool kid to these cool kids. I lead my own parade. Cause this new shit I drop right now gon' make your fucking day. I got shit to lose just like a plumber. Locked down like Ye for 3 summers. Locked down like DMX when he peel out. Vroom vroom, you know I'm the only real out. First try, no warm up with no diploma. I used to drive to Kelowna, get booed like a fucking loner. Cause I was scared of myself and I showed it to everybody. This go out to anybody who yelling we ready, sonny, like ready, ready, ready.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
Yeah, I might just go ahead and say
First try, no warm up. 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 They told me things like, go back to school. I told them things like, I fucking rule. I'm Quim Cardona first try. I'm David Blaine on mushrooms. So this shit right here, this gon' make me levitate right above you. I get higher than Peter Pan going skydiving. I can't miss, so I'm putting with my 5-iron. Vancouver raised a boy to a man, from $100 show to a couple $100 grand. I write my music like a 12-year-old who's sitting in the stands. Cause that 12-year-old was me when I was looking for my dad. Like, chicka bow wow, run it. So if you see me walking, come and say what's up to Sonny, like run it, run it, run it.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
Yeah, I might just go ahead and say
First try, no warm up. 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 Yeah. Hot damn, why you looking at me? I've been beaming like I just went pro. Woo, woo. You can act like you're running the show, but since I came in, man, I just don't know. Woo, woo. Mama told me don't break no rules unless you plan on doing it first try. I dedicate this song right here to anybody yelling free your mind. Woo, woo. Run it, run it, run it.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
First try, no warm up.
Yeah, I might just go ahead and say
First try, no warm up. 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 First try, no warm up.
That's a hard reality when someone goes, how dare you? How can you even use humor? Use humor, use compassion. Don't allow yourself to get angry at them. It's like getting angry at a heroin addict who can't stop. It's something that when you really see it, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with the truth of it. That there's going to be people that are walking off a cliff right now. They're going to be harvested. In one way or another. I can't predict that, but I can tell you there's going to be a harvest. And it's not your job to save them. All you can do, and here's the irony. Once you understand it's not your job to save them, you will save more people. Because you'll live it. When you're living in truth, living in gratitude, living in crushing and logos and humor, people will want to be closer to you and they'll want to listen to you. If you're screaming at them and begging them to see your truths and your proofs and all that, they'll reject you and they'll stay in their sunken place. And and you'll see this more and more. I've seen people die in this process. Not the people, not the truthers. Maybe if they succumb to their own fears and all that stuff, but it's people that are so mad at Trump, or they're so obsessed with Trump, or like they'll tweet themselves into a cortisol-induced stroke and die. And then you think, Wait a minute, I thought I was the one that was going to be killed by CIA agents. Wait a minute, I thought I was the one that was going to get shot by the heart attack gun. No, it's not. The real chemical warfare is in your mind. Your mind and endocrine system will release endorphins, cortisol, oxytocin, all this stuff based on what enters your eyes, what enters your ears. The daily thing that I preach over and over again is don't watch porn and don't watch things that make you angry, that are intended to make you angry, like the news. You're going to want to. You're going to want to watch it. You're going to want to watch people that get you fired up because you're going to want to go out and do something. There is nothing to do. That will put you in a lowered state, a state that's easier to mold, a state of unhealth, a state where the chemical warfare will be released in your endocrine system. And now it's as if you were sprayed by mustard gas. But the vector is very easy. It's just these fucking screens. Right? That's it. That's all it is. And it's you versus you. It's you versus yourself. Can you handle it? Can you know when to back up and say, I don't know the truth about this. I don't know what numerology is. I don't know if someone's doing this to us or is this the fabric of reality itself? I don't know. That's one of the most powerful places you can get. I see 33s and 66s and 911s everywhere. Is that someone doing it to you? Or is it just the fabric of reality? I don't know. I've seen too many in my own life to think that it's always someone doing it. And so when you get to that point, you can have fun with it. It's funny. Wayne Sexton. The place you should get to, and I'll save you a lot of time and pain, is get to a place where you're like, if one person sees something different, like there's a lot of people that don't think the world is flat. But if you're mad at me, if you're angry, how dare you? You're still in that sunken place. Like there's a lot of people, I no longer believe in the Mandela effect. And there's a lot of people that do. And I can be friends with them and respect them and respect their intellect. I used to freak out on people who didn't believe in the Mandela effect. As a real, I know it's an effect in your mind. I don't think that reality is changing around us. I have some theories. I can't prove it. Right now, I tend to not think it's a real thing. Okay. Don't ruin your relationships over dumb shit like this. I have friends that are really into the Q narrative. I'm not. I don't find it evil. I'm just not. Don't ruin friendships over shit like, is the earth spinning? Is Q good or bad? Is Mandela real or not? I don't know. Like your relationships, your friendships, your family, that's more important than whether or not Q is real or is Q here to save us. Let that shit go. Those aren't fundamentals. These are wedge issues. These are things almost designed to test you and test your wrath, test your intolerance, test your ability to stay. Like, how much do you love your friends? How much do you love your family? Can you sit with them and talk to them when they think we drove a car on the moon? And I hope the answer is yes. But stand firm. Don't agree with them when you don't agree with them. If they ask you directly, do you think we drove a car on the moon? No, of course not. Don't change for them. Don't become a meat puppet, but also don't take away your compassion, your love from them, because you'll end up self-isolating, releasing more chemical warfare in your brain, and that puts you in the state of yet another type of meat puppet. Everyone's out to get you. No one understands you. You know, the world's gone to shit. It's all degraded. It isn't degraded. My life is upgraded tremendously from this experience. Yeah, I used to be on TV and in movies and stuff in Hollywood, but I was living alone and I drank too much. I slept with too many women. I didn't love myself. I respected my ability to do comedy and crush and stuff, but I just wasn't there. I didn't exist like I do now. And so when people say, oh, this whole reality is degrading, it can't be. Me and Amy elevated ourselves. We now have family. We have beautiful children. We live on a beautiful homestead. And when people are going to say, oh, I might be nice, we were in a dark place. People want to talk about how poverty is the only pit. Fame is a pit. Addiction is a pit. You know, being adulated all the time because you know famous people is way harder to break out of than just not having money. And I won't apologize for saying that. I'm not being insensitive. I know poverty, and I also know what it's like to want to keep having people tell you how great you are and how you're so tolerant and how you're friends with movie stars and you're on giant screens. To say no to that was very, very hard, but it was worth it. All right. Remember, when shit hits the fan, we get fertilizer. Yes, Tiny Bear, it's beautiful. When shit hits the fan, you get fertilizer. It's true, the whole world says you should want it. Right. My husband and I were in a very dark place too. Over a year ago, God showed us the light. Yes. And never forget, this will also happen. This is one last point on this truth journey. You may be tempted by when you wake other people up or something, they treat you like it's coming from you, like you're the truth master. I've been called, people have treated me that way. Never forget where truth comes from. God. And if you want to take the path of godlessness, of like, oh, I'm crushing, it's all from me, I'm better than everybody. I've seen that. I've seen where that goes. That's darkness. And it's just but it's your choice. It doesn't hurt me, doesn't hurt you. It's all good. Never ever forget that these intuitions, these whispers of the future, these ideas, these blessings do not come from, it comes from God. And when you understand that, guys, you can't function if it comes from you. You can't face down some of these trials if you think that your whole family's protection is only on your shoulders. Truth is coming from your mouth. Truth is coming from your brain. You'll splinter. You'll fracture. You'll be turned to dust. I don't care your denomination. I really don't. I don't care your tradition. I don't care the word used to call God. But you need God. Without that, you're just as adrift. It's just you're adrift on a different ship. You're adrift on a ship that thinks it can guide itself. You can't. And that's my advice for everybody. If you want to know more about Owen, go subscribe and watch the documentary at unauthorized.tv. Thanks, Right Side Up Air. Yeah, check out the documentary. Because I was canceled, I was quarantined, I was shamed years ahead of schedule. So I have a lot to offer. And it's funny. There's a payoff, humor. So, in the chemical warfare in your mind, you'll have cortisol, but I got oxytocin, I got endorphin for you. It's called humor. So when you feel the pain that this world isn't what you were told, this world isn't the stable, materialistic, debt-based, guys, it's shit what they're trying to sell you. When you realize it isn't that, it's going to hurt, but it's a good hurt. And I will help you across this river Styx with humor and love and beauty. Because that pain is going to hurt. All right. My boss is a little late, tried forcing us to wear masks all of a sudden today. Yeah, but compassion, guys. Years ahead after years of head. Am I right? Good one, Daniel Bear. Is the documentary a good introduction to those who haven't yet explored your comedy life? Kinda. I mean, it was a story of me doing a tour after being banned from all the comedy clubs and theaters for being a quote-unquote racist, bigot, homophobe. Guys, it's not a little cabal. There is cabals. There is ruling managerial controlling class, of course. But you would be... Another wave that'll hit you is when you understand how many people want it. How many people want this shit. How many people want to not allow someone like me to talk at a stage because they know how true it is and how funny it is. And the minions are not being paid, most of them. They're doing it because they can't hear it. The sound of truth, the sound of beauty, the sound of laughter causes them physical pain. And now they're lying on their bellies, literally, in public, begging to have someone relieve their pain. We all know where this is going. I don't want to put it into words, but we all know where that goes. When people are begging, complete strangers, while they're on their belly, to someone take away their pain and give them a little tiny blip of virtue and beauty in their life, and they'll say anything. We all know where that goes. We all know how long that level of addict can last. So You don't need to teach anyone a lesson. You don't need to get mad. The emotion that I deal with is not anger. It's survivor's guilt. Oh, how dare you? You're a myth. You're a failed comedian. I'm not. I'm not. All right. You know, it's like when you see people, once great people, once proud people, once talented people, you know, with their black squares on their social media, and you know that they do anything they're told because they're so empty. It's not because they're evil. I mean, technically, yes, they're evil because they're being puppeted by evil, but they're a shell of what they once were, which is extremely dangerous for them. And I still love some of these people. And it's you know, that's why I have to disengage. That's why I you know, it is what it is. The comedian who works for himself is much more successful than a person that had to answer to CAA and Hollywood Harvey Weinstein bosses. Right, and now we're seeing a dramatic show of what happens. Guys, God is in control. God. And he loves you. And he roots for you. And he wants you to acknowledge the rabbit hole but not live in it. It's like Hollywood betrayed me. Not everyone in Hollywood, but enough of them did where they got the green light for destruction. When they were tested and said, are you going to turn your back on Owen Benjamin? They all said yes. Even though he's your friend, even though you know he's just being funny, even though you know for a fact, as far as hate goes, he's one of the least hateful people ever, to the point of childlike naivety. That's actually my weakness, guys. It's not hate. I have a bizarre child naivety thing where I'm like, oh, this guy crushes, he gets it. Give him all my passwords. That's more my problem. And everyone knows that. Everyone out there knew that. Everyone knew what my jokes were. They understood the jokes. They knew it wasn't out of hatred. And what they do, they turn and they said, take them. Why? Because they wanted to last on their stage like another hour, a little longer. Because they said, maybe if we just keep feeding our friends to the alligator, we won't get eaten. No. Now, all the comedy clubs have been closed for months. All the theaters have been closed for months, and they won't come back. Guys, enough meat puppets believe that they're going to get COVID-19. Black Lives Matter has ensured that comedians can't joke about anything true anymore. It's over for them. And they could have stood by me, and they could have crushed, but they didn't. And so now they're paying. Like, to a man, they didn't. Your neighbors will look away when we take you. They always look away. Exactly. Until they don't. Until you know. Until you know. Until you have resources. You know, it's these condemned places. It's these hell on earth places like Los Angeles. They all look away there. And that's why Sodom and Gomorrah, they had to, God was going to burn it, you know, 20, 10, 5. Show me one honest good man, and I won't burn it. They're all gone. Burn it. I'm not saying burn it, by the way, but that's what happens. They just go, flip it. Light it up. Why? Because there's no one to stop it. And that's what happens. It's almost like watching an animal decompose. It gets retaken back. You know, the minute people aren't guarding the cathedral, they'll burn it to the ground. The minute you don't value your wife or husband, not the minute, but when you don't love them or show them or live with them, crush with them, share your heart with them, your mind with them, what happens is your marriage starts to decompose. You know, it's the same with cathedrals, it's the same with buildings and cities and farmlands. You know, and then people want to act like it was also worship. It's like, oh, they're taking down all these monuments, all these statues. When was the last time you visited one? When was the last time you went to one of these statues that's being pulled down and lynched and all that? When was the last time you went to one and thought about, you know, the history of it? Let me go on a limb and say you haven't. When was the last time people went to those cathedrals? They looked at the beauty of it from the outside. They're like, wow, take a picture, Tina. When was the last time people went in and prayed and said, I want to be in here? Oh, but they're all burning them down. Where were the people to stop it? Where was the flock? Where were the people that were saying, you don't cross that line? You don't burn down the house of God. They were all gone. What were they doing? Watching the news and pornography? Refreshing their social media accounts? Unguarded. You unguard your wife's heart, your children's hearts. What happens? Unguarded. You show what you care for in this world. You show how those comedians did not care enough about comedy. Because they would have said, listen, you can give me the titles, the Netflix specials, all that stuff, but if you take away our ability to be funny, what the fuck are we? That was their test. I passed the test. They failed. When I was told, don't make fun of this, you know, keep the company line, don't cross this line. I know it's funny, but can't you make it? I said, no, I care more about comedy, why I'm here, than your titles and your money. And that's why I passed. And for about 2 years, it was very painful, and I thought I failed. But I knew I did the right thing because I wouldn't give it up. I would never give that up. I would never give up my ability to be funny. And now you see what happens. What's Jimmy Fallon doing? Is he being funny? No. He's whimpering with Don Lemon about how they're both so noble for burning down their own buildings. They're so noble. So noble what you did, James, for apologizing for a joke that you know was funny from 11 years ago. So noble. Wow, look at you. You're such a big man. You want more money? We got all the money in the world. One thing you don't have is the ability to tell a joke anymore. What kind of comedian is it? What kind of a comedian is it that can't tell a joke? What kind of cop is it that can't arrest somebody? What kind of mayor is it that defunds their own forces? Failures. And nature abhors a vacuum. Sorry, globe earth people, but a pressurized atmosphere wants to go towards the emptiness, right? Unless there's a hard, fast barrier. Okay, when there is an empty hole where the police once were, or where the comedian once were, something else will rise. And it can't be stopped, guys. It can't be stopped. Unauthorized.tv is crushing. People will come, Ray. If you build it, they will come. It was he because of the plot. I've gone through that, by the way, but it can't be stopped. There are a lot of failures. And failure is beautiful. It's showing you. And you also have to, this is another test I've had, is you have to have the strength where if another comedian said, I want to learn from you, Owen. How do I do this? I would say, okay. Because trailblazers, I'm a direct blood descendant from William Clark, the explorer. A trailblazer, the trail just grows back. You need people to follow your trail. You need people to expand the trail. I look all the time for people that were in Hollywood where they were saying, I'm not allowed to leave my apartment for the last 3 months. Hey, Owen, will you help me? Will you teach me? I would say yes. How many have done that? Zip. They'll check in with me. They'll just be like, hey man, how are you? Not one has said, what did you do? None. They will. But it's like trailblazers, the trail just close it up. I'd love for more people to be like, you know what? I want to go on that trail. I'm open, man. I don't hold you accountable. I know the hell you're in. There's 5,000 people watching right now. By the end of the run of this stream, 40, 50,000 people will have listened or watched it. You're telling me that none of the comedians in LA are listening or watching? Yeah, really? Find that a little hard to believe, especially in these times. I've cleared a trail with the Bears, and they've helped me do it. Why don't you follow it? It's a lot better than the one you're on. All right. Yes, failure is how we see what we need to work on next. Yes, I was on the truth path drinking White Claws every night. I was on the truth path screaming about Jews. It's like, at no point are you done. it's still, you still get these like, oh yeah, that's not right. Oh, you have to be able to self-correct, and you have to be able to fight through blowback, you know, and you'll get blowback all over the place. Like I'll get blowback from truth community because I'm a shill, because I don't think Mandela effect is the actual world melting around you. I don't. I think I think a lot of it has to do with copyright law, and a lot of it has to do with a hypnotic trick of your brain. Oh, so you won't admit it? I thought it was real for over a year, to the point where I yelled at people who didn't. Sodomy is not allowed in the country, Owen. Not fair. Trail of tribulation, keep crushing. Yeah, and there's a lot of us here. But comedians, man, you want to get back into telling jokes. You love comedy. But see, the problem is a lot of them failed the test. And it's tough to get out. It is. It's harder. The more tests you fail, the harder it is to get out, because it hurts. But get out. It's harder to lose 200 pounds than 20. And a lot of these comedians are obese with denial. But dude, you just get back to 2008, remember 2009 when we do those jokes on stage and it was great? There was no rules. Remember that shit? Don't you want that back? Or you want to just be PC, the politically correct comedian that just goes up there and says, I'm not here to tell jokes. I'm here to talk about my privilege. You really want that for your life? How much money is it worth to become Jimmy Fallon? There's no amount, guys. There's billions wouldn't erase that hollowed out cowardice that man has to face in the mirror every day. Look in their eyes. Look at their faces. Look at what they have to say. Ugh. All right. George Carlin days were great, but dumb. Dude, he's so overrated. Oh, if George Carlin was here, he'd be rolling in his grave. He'd be lying for Netflix specials. If George Carlin was here, he'd be talking about his white privilege. Back then, the agenda was to break down the moral society. So you'd get this degenerate named George Carlin to say, fuck, shit, pussy, cunt. Let's hear him say nig. Oh, here's the 10 words you can't say on TV. Well, now we have some new ones, George. Which, are you going to say it? You're going to say fag? No, of course you won't, because you're scared of Black Floyd. George Carlin was to break down the moral fiber of America by saying cunt and pussy and fuck and suck. And let's hear him say some of the real ones. Let's hear him say the ones now that you're not allowed to see on TV. He wouldn't say shit. He'd say whatever would get him more money and anuses. A little more Waynel Sexton for that little pussy. All right. Louis said it. Yeah, but it was a joke about the word. He's like, man, people say you can't say this word. Well, I can say this word when I'm going in to get a Starbucks cup. Just use the word in a joke. I challenge you guys that. I challenge any comedian out there, like what I did with a song about a bike. The song wasn't about how I'm not allowed to say the word. The song, the joke simply had the word in it. But you can't do that. If you do a joke about how you have a right to say the word, you're still cucking. All right. Owen Benjamin, long live the king. I'm a bard. I'm not really comfortable with everything that comes from being a king. All right. Let's watch Made by Jim Bob's again, then I'm out. I went a lot longer with that than I thought. That was unexpected. I just wanted to give a little pep talk to all the new people that now realize the world is not what they think it is. Okay. Here's the new Red Bill Rooster. The voices were done by Made by Jim Bob. Hi, everybody. So I'm here with Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro.
Well, hello. I would say your name, but I'm actually contracted not to say your name. Topical, engaging, personable, and above all, reassuring.
Jordan, how's rehab?
I'm well.
Ben!
It's nice to see you. I am not here by choice. I just want you to know that.
Ben, what children's stories were read to you as a kid?
Let me say. I mean, the Dr. Seuss, all of the Dr. Seuss's were said to me. They weren't read to me, just said. And basically like literature, various forms of literature, Dickens. You know, I was a big Dickens fan by the time I was 4. And general law dictionaries. What's so funny?
Jordan, so how's rehab?
It's good. It takes a bit of work, you know. It's I have my typewriter and I have my RC cars and you know I have a good comfortable place. I can't complain, you know. I just happen to be addicted to snorting dust.
Tell me the story of the first time you did methamphetamines.
Well, it came with my contract. You see, when I met up back down in Hollywood, you know, that place, you know, fire and brimstone and such, and wild women and so forth. And I sat down in a big couch, and there were many people rubbing their hands together, and they handed me a large contract, and they said, "You're going to be huge. You're going to be rich."
And what happened next?
I got rich. You know what happened.
Hey, Ben Shapiro, what's your take on the coronavirus?
Coronavirus is real. It's killing massive amount of people. It doesn't matter if they're dying from heart disease or lung disease or respiratory failure. We are counting them as COVID. That is the best thing to do. It's the safest thing to do. That's what you do. Everything is a trade-off.
Can we agree to disagree, Jordan, on the fact methamphetamines might not be good to take?
Well, it depends on the goal. Some people take microdosing for rock climbing, you know? It's like there's not one answer. I know you want one answer, but there just isn't one answer. I mean...
Jordan, you microdose meth when you rock climb?
Yes, I mean, I'm not climbing. What they do is they pull me up with a pulley and then I spelunk down.
What made you get into rock climbing, Jordan?
Well, I almost fell off a cliff once, and I had a wake-up call, and I said, well, I best bloody be prepared for this in the future, you know?
Jordan Peterson, how many men have you had sex with?
Well, well, I don't know.
Ballpark.
I mean, what do you think?
I'm asking you. I mean,
How did you know I was at a ballpark?
Have you had sex with a man in a ballpark?
Ballpark. Yes. I don't know where you're taking this, you know. I kind of feel off guard, you know. I came on to the show and I wanted to talk about my book and the things that I do.
Jordan, have you had sex with Ben Shapiro?
I'm getting a little nervous.
Ben, have you had sex with Jordan Peterson?
No, definitely not. There was one night. Look, he has a lot of books. Let's put it that way.
Jordan, you have a comment?
Well, I read to Mr. Shapiro on various occasions, you know. He's a great listener, and I prefer to read books to people. He happened to be open that night.
Ben, is it true that you were open for business that night?
Look, I'm always open for business. When I'm sleeping, there are sales coming in, and I prefer it that way.
Hey, Jordan, how do you feel about the fact I called your pill addiction in 2018?
Well, I mean, like the old saying go, I could just as easily say it takes one to know one, bucko.
Jordan Peterson, it's been great talking to you. Do you have any final words?
I mean, not specifically, no. We could leave it at that.
Thank you, Jordan. I hope you kick your pills. Hey, Ben Shapiro, do you have any final words?
Let's do final words with Ben Shapiro. Well, here's the thing, gang. We covered a lot of stuff here. You know, it's going to be hard to really unpack it all and get it into a concise, you know, ending point, and perhaps we'll never do that. But here's the thing, gang. Don't be poor. Just stop being poor. It's your fault. Sleep on expensive sheets, not on poor people sheets. Do not listen to this man, okay? He's a conspiratorial moon landing nut job. He thinks he's exploring truth, but he's not, guys. The truth is, capitalism saves, socialism kills.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up because you two frankly disgust me. So, all right, so Made by Jim Bob's a genius. Oh, and you want to see something else? Bob Dylan's always sucked. Hang on one second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to just play something real fast. I don't know. No letters today, Cobb, so if you want to release lemons. Yeah, where is the Bob Dylan? Where is the Bob? Sneaky music, super sneaky music. People, Red Pill Rooster. It's worth it. Hang on. There we go. Watch how much, no, like, he was only 22 here, and he was a made man. Watch how much no one cares about his song either.
He needs no further introduction. Mr. Bob Dylan.
A bullet from the back of a bush took Medgar Evers' blood. A finger fired the trigger to his name. A hand took it out in the dark. A hand set the spark. Two eyes took the aim. Behind a man's brain. But he ain't lame. He's only a pawn in their game.
Hey!
The South politicians preaching to the poor white man. You got more than the blacks, so complain. You're better than them. You've been born with white skin, they explain. And the Negro's name is used in his claim for the politician's gain as he rises to fame. And the poor whites remain on the caboose of the train. But it ain't him to blame. He's only a pawn in their game. The deputy sheriffs, the soldiers, the governors get paid. And the marshals and cops get the same. But the poor white man, you never hand them all.
Dude, he's always terrible. Always. And the crowd, it's the same thing over and over again. It's a crowd of just white soy boys and horny girls that hate their dads, and just a bunch of black dudes who don't care about any of it. They're like, man, I came here for some free stuff and some white pussy. And now I'm just watching this Jew rambling. He's like, and is in a game. And so all the people saying that Bob Dylan used to be awesome, that was him at 22. By the way, he was such a made man that at 22, with no internet or anything, they're like, this next guy needs no introduction. He is a wizard from the Siberian steppe. He's like, and in the game, and all these people are just like, I came here for some pussy and to get out of work. But if you look back, they looked healthier and better dressed. Everybody did. And we know, guys, Robert Zimmerman, come on. It's like, and if only I and dude, no one knows what he's saying. That's one thing that lawyers do, lawyers and grappler musicians, is they just say nonsense, so people are like, okay. Like, people are just like, is this what we're supposed to do? I came here for some free shoes and some pussy. And the white girls are like, I hate my dad, I hate my dad, I hate daddy, I really want to be my daddy for today. It's endless. It's like, if only I was wrong in the name, if only he has no charisma, he sucks at music, he can't sing, and no one knows what he's saying. And it's like, at the Million Man Bar, Bob Dylan just had the audience in the palm of his hand. No, he didn't. And he got introduced as someone who needs no introduction at 22. From Duluth, Minnesota, exactly. He sounds like a Are Jews white? White's a spell. Same with black. I'll close on this. Let me know what you think. What do they mean by Black Lives Matter? That's obviously a spell. BLM, Bureau of Land Management, maybe, I don't know. But what is a black man? Like, really think about it, because a lot of people just are like dark brown. They just, like, to say someone's black, it's like, what does that mean exactly? Like, what is a black man? Like, black, like, what's a black life? I know on the surface, oh, don't you know? Don't you? I get it. I've been through these looking glasses. What does that mean? You know? No one is white either. No, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, okay, the blacks and the whites. It's not a checkerboard, guys. A sinful man? Yeah, all of this seems very anti-dark man. Whatever that even is. Like, all the words around it seem to be just negative. You know? I don't know what they mean by it. Stop killing your black baby. Right, I know. Well, I mean, the hypocrisies are so endless that it's... I focus on the lives part. Right, like, black lives. I don't know what it means. Like, what's a black? Oh, you're so stupid. It means African American. I get it. We're surrounded by meat puppets. There's obviously something else going on with this. Like white. You know, like if I'm like a tan, like a Caucasian that works outside versus many American, African American, whatever that means, who work inside, their skin isn't that crazy. I don't have like look at this. That isn't what white is. Like that is like, what is that? When people say, oh, white, dude, this has to do with spellcraft somehow. Where it's like black and white. Like white is like, that's white. Like it's not accurate at all. So what is it? Why are more quote-unquote white people protesting for Black Lives Matter? Well, we can ask Robert Zimmerman. And again, dude, I don't know a single black person who's being enraged by any of this. Most of the rioting you see in cities are dudes trying to get free shit. Or trying to get, like you'll have your Harvard blacks, quote unquote, I don't even know what word to use because it's all so insane. Where they're like, yeah, I'm more peach. I go with peach. And they're more like eggplant, and I'm more peach. Oh, how dare you? That's all indulging. Just peaches and eggplant. It's like, the meat puppets are really just, I don't know. It's all good though. It's all about compassion. Waynald Sexton. Black is evil and white is good. It has nothing to do with skin color. It's the character of oneself. Right. That's how I feel. Where it's like, oh, so you're saying white people are good? There's no white people. There's no black people. It seems very ancient magic. And I don't know anything else. This is the end of the stream where I ask you guys for knowledge. Because I have no idea. It just needs yeah, it's like melatonin, man. No, it's melanin. Melatonin is what makes you sleep. Peach preach. Color contrast to make people contrast each other rather than connect. I don't know, but it's specifically black and white. I don't know. Black and white removes tribe. That's one of the many gravels. They say white instead of Aryan or Caucasian or American or German, Germanic. It's fact. They say black instead of Dominican or Kenyan or, you know, whatever. From the Louisiana Delta, the Mississippi Delta. I'm a Delta man. You know, that's way more powerful. And we all know that. But what is like black mean and white mean? There's clearly something else going on with this. It's so much more powerful than like texting. Even just texting. I know they've gotten pretty graveled and Joe the Toe is about to bring in a lot of sodomy. But it's like, when you identify with a smaller tribe, it gives you way more of a pop. And everyone knows this. When they say like, people of color, it's like, bitch, I'm a Cherokee. I'm Iroquois Nation. Isn't nation a geographic region? No, it's blood. I'm Iroquois Nation. It's like, what? It's like nation of Iroquois. Wherever we go, I'm Iroquois Nation. Don't call me a person of color or brown. Iroquois Nation. I'm not a Mohawk. I'm Iroquois. We all know that it gives you power to do that. It's like Aryan Nation. That's why they have power, and people are so angry at them. People are less angry at Iroquois Nation because they feel like they've gotten in with booze and drugs and debt and everything. But it's like, how can one be a color? That's my question. Two polar opposites to imply duality. Pick your side. Right. That's it. That's a big one. Toronto Jew Bear knows because that's what they do. Black and white false binary. Yeah, but it's just like it's just. I know how much time goes into the spell crafting of these one-liners. Because if they actually cared about unity, they'd say Black Lives also matter. Because throwing in an also would eliminate so much anger. Like Black Lives, if someone said Black Lives also matter, I'd say 30% of the All Lives Matter people would be like, oh, so they get it then we all matter. If you say Black Lives also matter, that would take away just kilojoules of rage. And we all know that. So why are they, so Black Lives Matter. Matter is a synonym for the material. They don't say Black Lives cherished or protected. Matter is this. That's matter. Matter is it's still about separation, right? But this is just a little spellcraft analysis. If this isn't your interest, just tap out for a little bit. DB Howe's been making the bad guy the hero for years, right? But see, don't watch it. They want to start the Civil War. Not looking like it, in my opinion. Okay, I'll just ask you guys some predictions. What do you think is coming? And don't do Richie from Boston. Oh, you gotta put something in my man. I don't see a civil war happening because I don't even know what the sides would be. I don't even know. I could see horror coming. I think cities burning and people dying and all that stuff. But I don't know how. I feel like there's too many magicians ruining the spells. You know, they don't have a clear narrative to set up a war. And war is always avoidable, but seems to typically be inevitable. Weird. All right. Privatized police? Yes. I see that coming for sure. Nationalized police force? Yes. Or a lawlessness that just keeps leading to more chaos. Possible family, yep. I think they're going to fake a Messiah still. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Forcing intense order in cities. Yeah, I think there's going to... What do you guys think the time frame is for, not Civil War, UN takeover? Yeah, but what does that look like? You know, you can say, oh, we're the United States. Okay, we're now the United Nations. Like, okay, how does that affect my daily life? It doesn't, it's just a different letter. Now you have to follow even weirder stuff, but no one can really enforce it. Okay. Alien dinosaurs. Where is? I don't think they will try the alien thing this year. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm just looking more like on the ground. What do you think? Looks like dead foreigners. Yeah, if anything, I think the biggest mass deaths would be. Dude, these are just predictions. They're not what I'm hoping for. This isn't like... The most vulnerable people are the very ones that the spellcraft of Black Lives Matter are trying to protect, quote unquote. If that makes sense. I don't really want to even say these things because I don't like putting these things into reality. But I don't even know what that means. Like, martial law in progress. We've been in martial law since 1871. They have to not if they want to be on the Supreme Court in 20 years. June 21st is the eclipse. Interesting. Ghettos are going to burn. I believe that as well, yeah. Trump will be characterized as the second coming. America is a new empire of China to save the world. I think there's too many spells. I think that in order to create like a fake Messiah alien thing, like you have to centralize info, and I just don't think it's possible at this point. Like these spells aren't working. And a lot of them are being done by people who just want fake virtue. It's all some of these are very grassroots in their insanity. There's no cohesion. There's too many magicians. Either way will be interesting. Oh yeah, dude. I saw this one meme where it was like, you know, pandemic and then race wars. It showed the months and that was like, you know, Yellowstone explodes, meteor hits. And I looked at it, my first instinct was like, wow, what a crazy movie. You know, popcorn. Because I don't think these things involve murder. It involves, don't get me wrong, people will murder each other, stuff like that, but if they wanted us dead, they'd just kill you. I'm quietly excited, and I feel like I shouldn't be, but fuck it. You should always be excited about tomorrow. Don't feel shame that you're excited about life. We're living in a historical era. Of course you're going to be excited. You know, I'm openly excited about seeing what's coming. Oh, but something's gonna hurt you. I'm excited to see anything. I just want to know what the hell's coming. Some lame soy boy takeover, right? Because it's not strong. America will break up into several individual countries. China will be an empire. I can see that. But China doesn't historically want to be an empire, and they're really far away. The Chinese aren't like the British or the Zionist Israelis. They're like, you won't even be able to understand us. We way better than you. Round eye. They're all about their own land. It seems typically. I could be completely wrong, obviously, but maybe they have to push the cognitive dissonance so even the meat puppets. I didn't see the end. Too many wizards, not enough farmers. Exactly, Moon Jazz Bear. Trunk is Hana get Merkel. Be a part of something better, be fruitful and all that. Yeah, well that's, we can talk about this without fear if you're actively trying to be fruitful in your life and crushing. It's not scary at all. That's what makes this a fun one. Fucking love the content. Thank you so much, BB and Mods. Anytime, Jesus Bear. China will take over as Oceania. Interesting. But like these are just titles. What does that mean like on the ground? We'll start New Hampshire. Nice. I can't see the US breaking up into regions like Hunger Games. I can see US breaking up into regions like Hunger Games. Yeah. I mean, anything's possible at this point when it comes to rethinking America and stuff like that. Because it's like the cities, but it's not always bad. It's not always anything. As long as you just don't be reliant on them as much as you can. Australia, they already grow food there. I don't know what you're asking. We have always been at war with Eurasia. I don't know what that means. I don't agree with that. Oh, is that a reference from 1984? Yeah. North America will retake the bear from Russia, and we will be the true bear nation. Yes! Dow will hit 6 million by 9/11. That's hilarious. They already have new zones set up. Right, but see, people get real scared and nervous, and I'm just like, well, you're already in a zone. What does that mean? Like, yeah, but this one's going to be sneaky. It's like, you don't know that. You're already in it. Dude, you've been in a zone. A state is a zone. Yeah, but new zone. I'm not saying dude, you can't stop it anyway. You can't be like, if I post the right meme, this plan will be unhatched. Once you accept that you can't control those world events, just have fun with it. The zone is already sneaky. It's already a very sneaky zone. Guys, the North American free trade thing, NAFTA, was crazy. And most people were just like, I'm just at a Pearl Jam concert trying to get a BJ. Dude, the North American free trade agreement was, I don't know what could come that's more crazy shifting than that. And people didn't even react. They're just like, I'm at a Pearl Jam concert working for BJ. Dude, North American free trade. It basically became Canada, America, Mexico became like the same country and nobody cared. Everyone's like, all right, quality of life in cities will rapidly decline. People will return to local communities. Dude, that's a fact. I'm just talking about the movie, the big video game. What do you guys see coming? What you just said is 100%. That's already happening and it's crushing. Like my father once told me, his eyesight goes as far as his own backyard. Great man. That guy gets it. I just sometimes enjoy the ride. Digital currency? We already have digital currency. I don't get... Okay, I'll get out of here. But I think a lot of people they're not being honest with their current reality. I think a lot of this is people coming to terms with what they're doing, what's already happened now. They're like, digital currency. I'm like, what are you doing right now? It's like, oh, I'm transferring funds. How? With ones and zeros. Silly boy. It's like, what? It's like, oh yeah, it's just ones and zeros on this little square. Anyway, what I think is coming is digital currency. I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, it's not gonna be real gold or silver. It's gonna be digital. Excuse me. What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm buying something on Amazon. How? With ones and zeros and code. We gotta talk. I don't think you already realize you're currently using digital currency. No, but and I also think we're going to be broken up into regions. What are you doing? Oh, I'm digitally reapplying for my Washington State driver's license. Huh? All right, U.S. dollar replaced by lemons. I can see that happening, Toronto Jew Bear. I got some bad news about the digital currency prophecy, and some good news. Bad news is, happened a while ago. Good news is, the CIA will open up their actor studio to the public. Oh my God, that's so funny. It's like, I was Waynell Sexton, and now I'm playing the role of a dictator we are about to go to war with. Digital currency has been around since the 80s. I mean, it's been around 1913. I mean, a debt note with nothing backing it is already a form of digital. Hey, I really digital. All right, Grandpa went to the mines every morning, got about a half a Bitcoin. I have digital currency on my phone, Cash App, all ones and zeros. Right. No, but people will be literally doing it while they're scared. They're like, dude, digital currency's coming. What are you doing? I'm buying something off Amazon with ones and zeros. What is that? It's my currency, clearly. You're a conspiracy theorist. Anyway, I think that digital currency is on the way and it's going to change the face of the world as we know it. It's like, I'm just going to go. Once they pulls the plug, people will beg for a savior. Those calling on Christ will be saved. They already did it. Money. It's like people will be begging for a savior. Has nobody seen human nature already? It's like, I just need my money. I'll do anything. You already got the fake savior. It's money. Money, 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 money. No, but it has to be a person. What? No, it's like a guy. Dude, there's no fucking way they're going to pull that off. It's like, oh, this guy. And then tons of people are going to be like, they can't promote the guy because everybody knows whatever the media promotes, they hate. And so if the media trashes the guy, all the meat puppets that only listen to the media are like, eh. I don't see how that, Antichrist money, right. It's like people are already killing their children, accepting horror, breaking their bodies for money, for nothing, for something dude, that's worship. That's what worship is. All right. Like Squirt Boys say, oh, and speaking of money, if you'd like to support the channel in a non-digital way, you can send any form of currency you like to P.O. Box 727, Gig Harbor, Washington, 98335. I'm obviously not sponsored by anybody, so it's up to us. P.O. Box 727, Gig Harbor, Washington, 98335. Because money isn't evil. It's the love of money that's evil. It's the worship of money. But if I hold on to all my money and I never give the big bear a tip for his gravy, no babble for his grabble, and no gravel for his dabble, I'll end up in a better place. Now, it's great. Support what you like or it goes away. Exactly. Feed the bear, dude. Feed the bear. We got hungry bears out here. Feed the bear. Prediction: post office will still be up and running. Yes. Waynell Sexton for county surveyor. She will finally prove that the world is flat. I'm sponsored by the Bears. What is that, a corporation? No, it's people. It's people that don't like to be lied to constantly for money, Shapiri. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Unauthorized.tv. Oh, and here's Joe Rogan's newest pair of slacks. Unauthorized.tv, unbearablesmerchandise.com. P.O. Box 727, Gig Harbor, Washington, 98335. Oh, by the way, if someone's like, oh, look at him begging for money. Dude, every time someone says who they're sponsored by, where it's like, today's episode is sponsored by Anal Cream. Anal Cream, for when you're getting pounded out to get these promo codes. They're selling you out more. They're taking money from an outside place so that they lie to you because you trust them. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking money from outside sources so they go, you've earned their trust, now sell them sheets. That's crazy. I'm sponsored by you guys. So, P.O. Box, it's way more moral. Way more. It's like, no, but you can just get a sponsorship. They expect you to say certain things, and then you piggyback off your people's trust. That's how a commercial works. Oh, they're going to take it for money. I'm sponsored by you, the actual listener, not the Rockefeller Foundation. P.O. Box 727, Gig Harbor, Washington, 98335. Yeah, it's all voluntary supporting what you like. That's all it is. If you don't have it, doesn't matter. That's the beauty of a community. All right, unauthorized.tv, dlive.tv/Owen Benjamin Comedy, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow, guy. And if you're new to the wide world of conspiracy theories, have fun with it. Don't get bogged down in a rabbit hole. Acknowledge that you don't know all kinds of stuff and that the world is not what was presented to you. Now, it'll free you. You can crush. Just trust me. Don't take things too seriously and know that you were made and loved. All right, guys. I don't know why I just snapped on that. Kind of weird. Great.
I was born with the mind of a madman. Understand, terror pushing dust like a fan. Goddamn, you just found out that I'm the man. Where you been at? I get more head than a snapback cap. It's been like that since way before we bounce back. We snatching diamonds out the glass and we sell them right back. Fuck around and get jacked. Now you can't have it back. The vanilla villain always keep it straight on the track. So give me the cheese, hit the flow, breathe all up in your hole. Bust a 4-5, nose dive. You ain't making out the dough. Now we standing toe to toe, but I can't stand a filthy hoe. You ain't about this life, so check yourself and get ghost. Oh, he ain't know. I curl hoes with my flavor blessed flows. About enough dough to make the ocean explode. This ain't a joke, I ain't a TV show host. I'm with the 305 demon doing the most. And while we on the subject, you're fucking with a suspect. He frontin' and we know that. We fuck him up in public. He probably out that Prozac, swinging from a bow sack. Just got the 9 shine bitch made and you don't want that. You can't rap like me, motherfucker. I just started. Coming to clean it up like Wahlberg and the departed. So let me pass it off to the OG trendsetter, microphone shredder. Y'all motherfuckers better
follow me, follow me. I can show you everything you were supposed to see.
like your family in the seat with their feet all in concrete, bitch.
Grab your daddy's gun and come with me. Follow me, follow me. I can show you everything you were supposed to see.
Like $1 million in cash. Grab the cheddar, better wear a mask. Outlaws in the cut, we bout to burn your ass.
You don't want me to bring it back to my old ways. It's always my way, baby, all day. It's my day today. I'm playing with the AK. Got the 40 clapping broad day. Like, hey, baby, I'm feeling myself. 40,000 on the field. I got a problem, can somebody give me help? Better yet, a belt. See me hanging from my ceiling fan. No, I can't be your Superman, cause I can't save myself. Baby, bone, got up on the pit with rappers thinking they slick. They quick to lick the dick, they jump and ship the ship, no loyalty. Money, 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 yeah, the root of evil. Got me jumping over backwards like Evil Knievel. Let me die like Elvis, where I feel my safest. I just pray the opposition don't find where the safest. My bitches don't get fed until they bring me bread. How many rappers in my city really want me dead? Hate turning to jealousy, then it turning to bullets. I look my enemy in the eye, yelling pussy, just put it. You bout that? I doubt that. I took your baby mama straight to Outback and blew her fucking back out. I'm bout that. Follow me, follow me. I can show you everything you were supposed to see.
Like your family in the seat with their feet all in concrete, bitch.
Grab your daddy's gun and come with me. Follow me, follow me. I can show you everything you were supposed to see.
Like $1 million in cash. Grab the cheddar, better wear a mask. Outlaws in the cut, we bout to burn your ass.
Yeah. Burning keys. Who that there? Huh? You ain't gotta ask no longer, right? You ain't gotta ask no longer, right? You ain't gotta ask no longer. Who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, they say who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go. It's me, jean jacket with the chop sleeves, showing off a young homies. No, I ain't doing him. Nah. Doing me's. Grew up on that type of rap that really make you spit it. So if you see him kill it, you ain't gotta ask who did it. Girls say they totally love the way that I'm singing. I say, baby, that's the hook.
Check the verses that I'm bringing like.
About 1 year ago, I was all on my own. We was trying to get on, so I put the pen to my dome. Wrote the realest shit in my life, then I put it all in a poem. Critics said that I was crazy. Now everybody right their ass home. They saying, who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, they saying, who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go. It's me. Never talking about no Molly or rap to get a hottie on my body like a Gotti on tour. Another Kelly, but I wrote this in the lobby. People ask me who I am, I just get it as a copy like, take that shit in. Goodness, baby, I'm back. Ain't gone nowhere, yeah, that's fact. You can tell by the way that I rap. Came up in this motherfucker, ain't nobody like it. Thought of what I thought of, then you know I'm on right it. Get up in the booth and now it's time that I recite it. Fuck waiting to blow, you know I take that wicked lighter like dollar up in my pocket. Trying to make this my own. Critics call my ass crazy, now they writing their ass home. They say, who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, they say, who that there? Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go. Cool kid, ayy. Tell me what you see. Cause if I see it, I'ma be there too, ayy. Go ahead and follow me, that new kid, ayy. It's all about he really be. Mama told me way back, I'm a star now. I'm walking down the street, everybody that DAYZ. That there, everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, they say, who that there, everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go.
My name's Steve, and I'm here at this Unreal video shoot, and I'm basically just checking things out, and I'm acting a bit. It's pretty cool. You can see there's a bunch of people behind me doing stuff, and yeah, I also noticed that there's quite a bit of nice-looking girls here as well. Next question.
You ain't gotta ask no longer, right? You ain't gotta ask no longer, right? No longer, right? No longer, right?
I have
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.